Got Luffy ambition, king of the rappers, the mission.
Hey, what's going on, gang? It's Murado Music with 3-piece TCG, big Pirates TCG, and 2D. It's time we had to talk. And I'm not talking about the birds and the bees. I'm talking about the R's and the B's. Restrictions and bans, that is. And not just the ban list predictions, but the solution to the One Piece trading card game from my brain. That's right, from yours truly. So duly smash that like button. 58% ain't subscribed. Finger pop that subscribe. Turn on the bell. Go down in the comments. Let me know, what do you think of the ban list? What do you think of ban list predictions? But most importantly, what do you think of my idea to kind of help the overall health of the One Piece trading card game? Now, I will be putting chapters, so if you want to skip wherever you want to skip, do that, of course. But we're getting right into it. He's already highlighted. Helena. We're going to go ahead and talk about Monk of the Louvre, okay? Now, before we get into it, though, let's talk about why we ban. We ban because either A, your leader is the top 15 of the top 16, Sakazuki, right? We banned because if they were to keep the leader around, we would have to design the game around that leader for the rest of the game's life. Trafalgar, okay? We banned because the card is just a little too broken, busted. It's just too much to deal with, okay? Moby Deck. We ban. Why else did we ban? We banned because the card is broken. It doesn't actually function the way it should. Okay. And I think that covers it right for right now. We banned because any card that runs the list or this card is guaranteed into any of that color, and any of that color that makes the top is automatically running this card, has to run this card. Gets to the point where you're not playing the game if you're not running this card, right? Okay, cool. This one's very interesting. We'll talk about it. This one's very interesting. We're going to talk about it. Anyhow, so as of right now, those are the things that are coming to my mind as of why to ban, okay? So blue, purple, Luffy. Got to be Loopy. To ban or not to ban, right? I think that this leader is obviously represented well. Not as well represented as Sakazuki was. Not as dominating as Law was, but it's definitely, tier 1, not tier 0, because it loses to it can run into some matches, it can run into some problems. The problem with this leader, and I've also been hearing other people's talks, people are like, well, ban this leader because you're talking about this card, or just one leader. Ban the leader. I guess there's no other way to get into it than talking about my solution to the One Piece trading card game. I believe instead of banning or restricting, that's already whatever. I think what we should be doing, the conversation we should be having, is leader locking. If you leader lock Katakuri, guess what? Monk of the Louvre can't play him. You were to leader lock Lin, guess what? Monk of the Louvre can't play him. If you were to leader lock Gecko Moria, Lucci couldn't play him. What would happen though? What would happen to the meta? The meta would become more diverse. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you were to leader lock Gecko instead of banning Gecko, this would have been Gecko. Gecko would have still been alive. Gecko would have been competing with Lucci. Okay, obviously Ice Age and Great Eruption are here. This is the old list. But Gecko would still be around. That's diversification. Talk about diversification. My Perona would still be around, alive and thriving. Okay. If you were to leader lock the Katakuris, guess what? Katakuri actually gets to play with this card and may become relevant in today's meta. Okay. I am all for. The last thing I want, don't get me wrong, the last thing I want is for this game to turn into just everybody has their starter deck and that's it. You play the starter deck and you just hope you run into your weakness, and there's no creativity, there's no cooking up. You're talking to the Plofy guy. I'm the guy who came up with Plofy, okay? February. If you find a video that was posted about Dofi into Plofy Before February, let your boy know. But I don't think you're going to find it. Anyhow, so I get mixing match. But when you have a leader and you have a situation where you're running into thinking about banning, before we ban, before we restrict to one, why don't we leader lock? Tell everybody go home. Look, the kids are fighting, okay? Kid had his friend over. They're fighting. You don't ban the kid. Okay, you don't restrict it. You just send the kids home. Everybody go back to your house. You go back to Thriller Bark. Y'all go back to Big Mom's. We'll see you when we see you. Okay, that's it. You wore out your welcome in a deck, and now everybody goes back to their corners. And guess what? Thriller Bark thrives. Big Mom Pirates thrives, and Luffy's just gonna have to find another way, because you're talking about banning Luffy anyways. You're talking about banning Luffy anyways. You're talking about restricting or banning anyways. You're literally talking about banning Gecko Moria. You didn't talk about it. You banned Gecko Moria. Gecko Moria is already banned. The dopest 8-cost card in the game is already banned. My hat's flying off. So why don't you just send him home? Send him home and then figure it out. See if it's still broken and busted. See if Gecko Moria is 15 of the top 16. And if he is, move from there. You see what I'm saying? Now, before we go any further, Bandai, if you want to hire me, I am a married fireman who is running a YouTube channel, but I can work remotely. Okay? So anyways, that's my solution. That's the solution. The solution is to stop banning cards. And before you ban the card, before you restrict the card, why don't you leader lock the card? Give the card another chance. Okay? And make this leader, instead of banning the leader, make this leader survive on its own. Make the leader survive on its own. Make the leader find another way. Sorry, you don't get to play with this anymore. Leader lock. It's not a huge deal. It's not a huge deal. The same effort it takes to tell people, hey, this is restricted to one. Because guess what? When Whitebeard, okay, well, I'm gonna put Newgate, that's easier. When Whitebeard was restricted to one, there was nothing on this card that changed. There was no printing of an errata that said only can have one of. We just knew you could only have one of. It doesn't take much, right? So it takes that same effort for you to put on Gecko Moria, Linlin, Katakuri's. Hey, this card can only be played in Big Mom Pirates moving forward. Tell the new guy at your store, oh my gosh, it's not a big deal. It doesn't cost any money. It doesn't cost any money. So what I'm reaching out to Bandai, what I want everybody who's listening, reach out to somebody you know and tell them, hey, you know what? We should be leader locking, okay? We should be, I don't even think it's necessarily leader locking, but like, can only be played by 7 Warlords of the Sea or Thriller Bark Pirates. Can only be played by former Rocks Pirates or Big Mom Pirates. Can only be played by Big Mom's Pirates. Big Mom Pirates, whatever. That's what I think we should be doing. Guess what else? Guess who else is on the chopping block that people are wanting banned? Horny Ash Jones. Now, I can't even find a list. I could find a list, but I just don't have one prepared. But y'all want to ban Horny Jones, okay? Too horny. He's too horny. Y'all want to ban him. Pill popping allegations, okay? Or you could leader lock him. You could lock him to Fishman/New Fishman Pirates. And guess what? One of the most broken cards in the game that everybody wants, Fixa. Now he has a home. Now he has a home. Right? Now he's back where he belongs. Right? Now leaders that are not even considered leaders, now they get a chance. Right? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And listen, you guys, if you've been watching this channel for 15 seconds, you know I don't like green. You know I can't stand playing against green. But if my man has his home, hey, that you gotta have some cards. You gotta have some cards. You gotta have cards that are busted. You gotta have cards that look. I mean, if this goes back to Mom, right? This goes back to Thriller Bark. This goes back to Fishman. Guess what? Now you have reasons to play these decks. You have reasons to mess around with it. All of my guys who love cooking the cope, okay? Cooking the cope on the stove, all right? Now you know. Now they have actual reasons to play Katakuri, not just to get bopped but have fun playing cards. No, now they're actually competitive. Now this is actually competitive. This could actually be competitive. Now there's a reason to cook with green, right? All these three, right? Leader locking brings me to Gum Gum Giant. So we're talking about Gum Gum Giant. People want Gum Gum Giant banned. I think a certain kind of player wants Gum Gum Giant banned. I think the same kind of player who wanted, my man Newgate and the rest of the world banned. I feel like some people in this game, they want to compete. Okay. They want the big cards. They want the serial cards. Am I recording? Praise God. They want the serial. Am I getting mic? Okay, good. They want the serial cards, thousands of dollars worth of cards, but they don't want to compete to do it. They want to play their leader, and they want to just be able to win. That is not how life works. You don't join a basketball team. Okay, you made the team, and you tell the coach how you want to play the game. No. If you want to play the game competitively, you're going to have to submit to the system that has been in place, the competitive system that has been in place, okay? In this case, it's the meta. You're going to have to submit to the meta. You've heard the meta slave. You're going to have to understand that some decks are performing well right now, and you can't play Shirahoshi, green, yellow, make top 8, or win the whole thing. That's just not in the cards. Can you play Hody Jones? Maybe. You can't do that. You can do that. If you want to play NBA Street, go ahead. But if you bring that shit in the arena, they're going to call you for traveling. You see what I'm saying? But anyhow, going back to Gum Gum Giant. Gum Gum Giant, if this card was ban worthy, in my opinion, I would say that you have to see the data, much like Gecko Moria, where all of the top decks are running this card, and if they're black at all, they're running this card. Okay, let's take a look. Okay, so we had when we only had black out here. Okay, every one of these leaders just about was running Gecko Moria. Every one of them. This one was running them. I've seen this one run them. I've actually seen this one run them. Definitely running them. Obviously not. I don't know, actually. Well, no, they were already banned, so I don't even think anybody experimented. Definitely running them. Nobody played it. Definitely running. Not running because no one played. Do you see how many leaders this was being ran? You see how many leaders? Okay. So that's shit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 out of whatever leaders. Okay. Do me a favor and entertain me. Stay with me. Okay, bear with me. I was checking to see why am I on this version without my K-Design arts, but it's the only one. I only downloaded the dev version on this new PC, apparently. Anyhow, so you're telling me you want to ban this card because out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaders, 2 of them are succeeding? 2 leaders, count them, 2 are succeeding with Gum Gum Giant. One of them, a little more than the other, okay? But this is number 1 and 2. They're succeeding. 2 out of the 7 leaders that can possibly run this card are succeeding, and you want this card banned? This guy's barely hanging on. This guy hasn't even done anything yet. This guy used to be great. This guy's still like, hey, yo, I'm a 7K leader. Can I be in the meta yet? God bless him. And you're telling me Gum Gum Giant's gotta go? You gotta go. Get out of here, bro. Like, I'm here for it. I empathize with you. Yes, I've played against purple Luffys too. And I understand when they -2 Dawn and they draw into another one and they had a Dawn up because they were hoping, wishing, and praying, and they go from having 2 cards in their hand to 2 more cards in their hand to 2 more cards in their hand, and they've used 2 of them back to back, and it just keeps happening. I get it. I get it. I get the frustration. I get it. That's why this exists. That's why this exists. We're going to talk about that. But also, when you watched him search it out, did you think maybe this is not when I was playing Red Purple Luffy and I played Homegirl and you watched me search this out and you still swung anticipating me losing the game? You saw me search it. You know it's there. You know what to expect. You know to play around it. You know that sometimes I'm bluffing and I don't have it. You get what I'm saying? Like, of all the green, I'm really, like, Horny Jones is like, yeah, he's horny. But I'm not really complaining about him that bad because, I mean, I understand how many Dawn I got to leave up. If I want to play a Gum Gum Giant, I know I got to leave 3 Dawn up because he's going to put 2. Now, when you're... No, yeah, that's another story. But anyways, so that's my thing to Gum Gum Giant. I'm here with you guys. I'm sitting with you. Your feelings are valid. I've been there too. I've lost games to Gum Gum Giant. I've lost games because they saw Gum Gum and I didn't see nothing but Dum Dum. But yo, objectively speaking, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 leaders, only 2 of them are hooping with Gum Gum Giant. When we go back to Black, Amy Winehouse, okay? When we go back to Black, everybody was running Gecko. Everybody was or should have been running Gecko because I can't even think of a reason why everybody was running Gecko except for Blackbeard. There. Now what? Everybody was running Gecko Moria except Blackbeard. And there's a lot more than 7 leaders here. This is kind of already demonstrating my solution. My solution being, you can still have strong cards when they're leader locked. Yes, these will be competitive. But you know what else? Gecko Moria and Perona would also be competitive. So now, you know what else? Katakuri might be competitive again. You see what I'm saying? So this is my solution. We're still going card by card. We're still talking about it. We're still having a conversation. Hey, we're having a conversation. Everybody's having a good time, right? I'm going to leave purple highlight because I like that the most. But yeah. So that's my thoughts on Gum Gum Giant. I don't think it needs to be banned. I don't think it needs to be restricted. Why do I have these cards? Why do I have these cards right here next to me? I don't know. Actually, I do know. I could, if I want to be blackmailed from here to oblivion, I could post a picture right here in the bottom left of what my room looked like before I started cleaning up, and then I think that would explain exactly why. These are all cards from boxes that I've opened online, and I just never cleaned up. But I have cleaned. It's clean now. It's clean now. The chair's falling apart. But these little pieces, little like Silent Hill Black Snow, but I vacuumed it. Everything's looking great now. That's your commercial break. Let's keep it moving. Okay, so we talked about Gum Gum Giant. I talked about my solution, leader locking, because once you leader lock, you don't need to ban anymore. Let's talk about Buggy. Buggy's a great example of a card that is already leader locked. Some people complain. I think, look, I'm going to talk about both of these at the same time. You ready? Bing, boom, bop. Okay, so Crocodile Mihawk. I'm going to talk about 4 cards at the same time. Crocodile Mihawk is a once per turn. Nobody cares about the draw 2, trash 1. That's cool. That's cool. And playing 1, that's all everybody does. If your card ain't playing out another card, it better have a bomb-ass effect. Or why are you even playing it, right? Come on. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, okay? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? All of these cards either play another card, break the fucking game, or you know what I'm saying? They make room. They give you so much Dawn you can play another card. Anyways, the bottom half is what we're really talking about. The once per turn talk. The once per turn talk. The game needs to understand it's not the simulator's fault. Yeah, it's not Batsu Bros' fault. Shout out to Batsu Bros. You really helped me with my OCD. It's not the simulator's fault. It's the interpretation of this rule, of this the number 1, okay? 1 as a quantity needs to be understood and needs to be respected, needs to be adhered to. That's the real problem. So what do I mean? What I mean is, once per turn, if your cross guild type character would be removed from the field by your opponent's effect, you may trash one card from your hand instead. That means you could only do it once per turn. I don't know what I've got to say. I don't know. When one of your characters, that means when one of them, if you have a supernova type character other than would be removed by your opponent, you may add that character, no plural, there's no S, okay, to the top of your life cards face down. I mean that, respecting the uno. That's what this game needs to do. Because guess what? If I can pop 2 cards and I'm going against Mihawk, and they once per turn me and say, if your cross guild type character with no S and they save their whole board, that's busted. Get it out of here. You can't play like that. You can't do that. 7 and 8-year-olds around the world are frustrated because they just learned numbers and comprehension. They just learned how to read and write. And they're like, hey, yo, that don't make sense. The 7 and 8-year-old army is out here pissed because when I was going to pop the entire crew, the entire board, with the exception of Tashigi with the exception of one card that Tashigi would save, I only got rid of Tashigi and the other 4 cards on their board stayed. Are you kidding me? Is this some kind of fun house? What? Does your nose come off with the glasses? Is this a joke? You get what I'm saying? Like, that's not how it should be. I don't care that the linguistics of this or that, that's not how it should be. You can't tell me that if A means the entire board, you get 5 life. What? 5 life? I had him down to 1. 5 life? You can't do that. You can't do that. This is what needs to be addressed in the One Piece trading card game yesterday. Because without this, okay, I'm going to go ahead and add another card to the mix. Because I already know based on this that this is also how it rolls. I already know. You ain't even got to tell me, dog. You ain't even got to tell me. I already know that my man Kushi, who is a child murderer, allegedly, because we both know an elite athlete doesn't just fall down the stairs and die. That's not happening. That's got to be them. And I want to know why they ran away from home. If this is spoilers, I'm sorry. This is all my hypotheses. But this is that, and that ran away from this. Look into it. Anyways, if your 5 costs or lower / attribute characters, there we go. That's a print that makes sense. If one of your 5 or lower / attribute characters, oh no, if one, oh, the number 1 that time. That one spells out 1. This one gives you the number 1. We got 2 different kinds of 1s, and they all do the same thing. You see what I'm saying? And you cannot be blocking out Kaido. You cannot be blocking out a 10 cost character's effect with a 3 cost, a 2 cost. What you can't be doing is nullifying an entire effect. You want to put 1 on there? You go, bud. You want to save 1? You want to save 1? You want to save 1? Great. Y'all save 1. But the rest got to go. You cannot save the entire board for 2 Dawn. You cannot put the entire board in your life cards for 2 Dawn. You can't save the entire board for 3 Dawn. You can't do that. You can't do that. That's busted and broken. And until this is addressed, don't talk about Gum Gum Giant. The actual 1 cost card. Don't talk about Gum Gum. Y'all aren't even talking about this. This is okay with y'all? This is okay with y'all. This is okay with y'all, but this ain't. Get the cuss words out of town. Get all the way the cuss out of town. Sorry, dude. This is terrible. This is terrible. This is unhealthy for the game. That is unhealthy for the game. And guess what? Blue's gotten to the point where you can't pop it. Green is at the point where you can't pop it. Green yellow can't be popped. What? So should I just go and take? I'm actually looking because I know I got black cards around here. Anyways, yeah. So should I just go light my? Why do I have so many? Why do I have all of these cards? I guess I should just go light this on fire. What is this? Yeah, Sakazuki. Should we just go light them all on fire? Never gonna use them again. No reason for these anymore. Wow, why do I have? This is so conveniently placed. So conveniently put. Also for your enjoyment. I also have this. I don't know. Welcome to 3-Piece TCG. We do a little bit of everything around here. You want me to start reading comic books? Well, I can't read, so I'm probably the wrong guy. But anyways, this is what needs to go. This is what needs to be addressed. This is what you want. I don't need these cards banned. I just need them fixed. I need them fixed yesterday. Is this thing on? The gold mine? Does it work the first time? One hit, one kill? One shot kill? This needs to be fixed. Okay? I know I completely bypassed Buggy, but he was busy talking to Boots. Yeah, look. Between this card and this card with Buggy, what is happening is it turns it into a tic-tac-toe. And the tic-tac-toe isn't like, you know, like fighting games. Do I throw a fireball? Do I jump? Do I fucking dragon reverse? I don't fucking know. I forgot the tic-tac-toe of the motions, but you get what I'm saying. Where you commit to an option and you get punished by, but then you still go, you know, neutral is reset and you get to like figure who's gonna win. When I say tic-tac-toe with this, I mean if you're a Buggy and you sit down across from as Red Zoro. Do we got Zoro? Do we got red highlighted? Highlight? If you're sitting across from this leader, you win. You win. That's it. Why? Because 3 and 4 characters, cost 3 and 4, can't attack. That's it. You win. That's not cool. That is not a cool. When I was, you know, back when One Piece right now has got its most diverse pie. Too many slices, okay? So many slices in that pie. But before, it was tic-tac-toe. They said it was the triangle format. It's the most healthy for the game. Bitch, when I sit across from a leader and I already know I lost, that is not healthy for the game. And when that player beats me and goes and faces off against their automatic 70-30 matchup, that's not good for the game. That's not a healthy, fun game. What happened? Oh, I went X and 3 because I ran into 2 of my no way in hell matchups I'm gonna win. Oh, what did you do? I won the Houston Store Regional because I didn't run into one Lucci. Still not mad about that guy. I don't even know that guy personally. Congratulations, they won with a Boa. I think it's great. But the fact that Boa was supposed to automatically lose to a Lucci in an OP07 format and you didn't run into one Lucci in 7 games is astronomically insane. Okay? And that's not how tournaments should be going. No! You should still be able to play the game. So, with that being said, this card right here, it is inherently problematic. Extremely problematic. Paired with this card, you can't lose the black, you can't lose the red, or you can't lose the rush. It does make Buggy a formidable opponent, but I would like to see if there was a way that we could have a formidable opponent be an actual formidable opponent without already winning the game before the game starts. Am I making sense to anybody but myself? I would like there to be, okay, I have an advantage in this matchup. However, I still got to see my cards, play my cards correctly. I still got to know what I'm doing, still got to see my cards, and we still have to have an exchange, a conversation. Not just I get to 7 Dawn, and in Buggy's case, you don't have to, right? As soon as you have 5, I slam this card down. Zoro, don't talk to me. Stay out of my personal space. Stay out of my personal Ace. Stay out of my personal space. See what I'm saying? I'm not saying Ace. Also, you know, completely shuts down Bella Betty. No more conversation. No more conversation. My man's talking to Boots. You can't even reach his line. Do you know the number to the loafer? Do you know the number to that boot? No, you don't know the number to that thigh high. Who did it come off of? Anyways, it's another story. But yeah, so that's what I'm thinking about with this. This is an extremely problematic card. It is a promo card. I love my guy Twerkules. He plays a mean buggy. But, you know, in the spirit of God bless, yeah, of these two, I think this needs to be adhered to strictly once per turn. And this, I mean, shit, dude, it gots to go. It gots to go. You're telling me you shut down an entire, that means before you sit down with Bello Betty, game's over. There's no way in hell Bello Betty wins. You're telling me when you sit down with Zoro, game over. There's no way in hell Zoro wins. Maybe this would be a rare case where I say restrict a card to 1. Just cuz. Because then it at least lowers the chances of you seeing the card. You know what I'm saying? And it gives all the opportunity for people to have scandals of cheating. That's always fun, right? Running 5, what is it? Running 5 gravity blades. Running 5 gravity blades. Yo, there's no way you accidentally do that. I'm sorry. What do you want me to say? Look, how many times, let me ask you something. As a card game player, how many times, you know why this card is up here? Hang on. You know why this card is up here? You know why these cards are here? You know why this card especially is here? Because I already have 4. So what am I going to do with it? Like, I'm not actually sleeving up multiples more than 5 of a, more than 4 of a card. I'm not sleeving up 5 of a card. I'm not wasting sleeves on that. Like, sure about that? You mean when you had to painstakingly lay out your deck, right? You had to lay out your deck and you had to put them all in order. You had to take a picture and you had to send them to whoever's running your tournament, and they got to have a real picture for some reason. They can't just, hey, yo, this is my deck list. If I'm not running this deck list, kick me out, right? No. You got to send an actual real picture, and your Google storage, your Google Drive or whatever tells you that you're not going to get emails at the start of next month because you ain't got no storage. No. You mean to tell me when you did all of that, you had 5 sleeved up and you, come on, dog. Come on, man. Yeah. This commercial brought to you by bullshit. Anyways, who else we want to talk about? Let's see. Okay, so we'll go ahead and talk about green. Look at this whole row. Goodness gracious, dog. So I already told you I think this needs to be leader locked. And that's that. Okay. Even if this is leader locked, guess what? Who is Bonnie? What is a bomb? Supernovas. They belong together. Because we belong together. And people aren't even playing them like that anyways. Dracula Mihawk just came out, dog. Just came out. Now, do they do a whole lot? Let me tell you something. Dracula Mihawk's like on playability is his nerf. At the same time, you can't play cards with an original cost of 7 or more during this turn. Like, they're already saying, hey, look, he's praying right now that Dracula Mohawk does not get banned. Please, God, don't ban me immediately. I know that I cost 8 and effectively cost 4 because I restand 4 Dawn. I know I'm an 8 for 8 blocker that costs 4 Dawn. I know. Please have mercy. Have mercy on my sins and my little sword. Okay, like, yeah, I get it. But you know what? Yeah, that is tough, actually. One of the most prevalent decks right now is Zoro. Actually, 1 and 2 is is Luffy and Zoro, you know. And you know, this is included on every Zoro deck. Now, if you were to leader lock this, what happens? What happens if you've got green leader locked 7 Warlords of the Sea, right? Oh, what do you know? You all of a sudden maybe Doflamingo makes a comeback because Doflamingo's the only one with that hot access to Dracula Mohawk. You see what I'm saying? Like, the meta becomes a lot more diverse. Now, canonically, Kodak? Polaroid? Canonly speaking, yes. You know, spoiler alerts. Mihawk does deserve to be with Zoro. Why? Because Zoro learned from Mihawk. That's the whole point of their thing. You know what I'm saying? The front of the box. They're on each other's cards. They're in each other's decks. Yeah, I believe that should happen. They should be able to work with each other. You are searching out slash attributes. That's the whole thing about that's the whole thing about this leader. It's all about the slash. So I don't know, man. I'm not big on that. Kid, I hated Kid to the ground and back. Wall Kid out is what I call him because he's the wall. He's a kid. Get him out. Walk it out. But yeah. A lot of Bonnie players are apparently moving away from him. I don't know exactly why. Maybe he feels a little slow. To me, it was always terribly annoying to deal with. Had to have the gamma knives ready. But yeah, I don't know. Here's the other thing, man. If you start getting rid of these cards, and you're gonna have to play a meta where these cards come back, or this is the meta. And Zoro's bad enough. But now you got to start thinking about Bonnie. Miss free fucking Neural Beam every turn. I kid you not. It's literally better. It costs 1, okay? Rest up to one of your opponent's leaders or characters. Pause. Neural Beam. Neural Beam. Cost 2, minus 1. Give somebody plus 2k power. Cool. Then rest up to one of your opponent's characters. I already know what you're saying. Well, you get somebody plus 2k. I don't even care about the plus 2k. Get the plus out of here. I'm talking. You're telling me. Hang on. So what you're telling me is, well, okay, you get 2k. So you're telling me that Bonnie. I'm gonna go ahead and put this card here so I can go back. You're telling me for 1 Dawn, Bonnie rests anybody. But for 2 Dawn and a -1, I can rest 1 person, but also get... So you're telling me that the 2 Dawn is really for the 2k power? What? You need to squeeze my fingers and smile? I think you're having a stroke, okay? Like, are you kidding me? Like, that's what kind of exchange rate is that? What kind of exchange rate is that? This is super cheap. If this costed 1, and then -1 and gave you 2k and rested somebody, okay, cool. But this is a bigger swing than that, you know, of Dawn. So this is the last person you want in top tier, in my opinion. Just because what happens exactly? You're able to turn things sideways, swing. You're able to build up a wall. You're able to play out. Nobody's talking about this guy. And this guy is not on the chopping block, even though he's won more games for any Bonnie that I've ever played against. Just anything. And 11k. Yo, are you kidding me? Vanilla and a KO? But anyways, in my opinion, the way Green feels as or more toxic than Yellow felt back in the gap. I know. I must have a short memory. But Green feels really bad to play against. Yeah, I mean, with Green, you're just making everything invulnerable. Everything's a blocker. Everything's getting rested. You're doing a lot. And I'm surprised that, however, Green is not winning exponentially. Now, I have, close friends in the game who are talking about, well, I got to see these cards, a brick up, a this, that, and the third, blah, blah, blah. Cool. I'm not, so I'm trying to stay away from a witch hunt, but yeah, Green is crazy, dude. You think this feels bad? When these guys, when they draw a bad hand, they're done. Green, 5 life, they're gonna get something. I don't know. Maybe I only play against the best Green players in the world. Maybe that's what it is. But anyways, speaking of Green, we got this event, which is Horny Jones the event card. You may rest 3 Dawn. Now this goes really well, and I've been telling you guys this for a while. This goes really well into Loof, Boot Scoot Loof. I guess it could go in this one too, but it goes really good in this one because if you have 2 puddings out, you get all 4 of those Dawn back active sexually. But anyhow, This is going to close games against this. And for the record, I know this is still performing very well, but because of cards like this, because of Bello Betty, and because of, you know, other things that, you know, hey, this gets whooped fairly easy, you know, under the right circumstances. And the right circumstances happen more as people learn how to play against it. But, you know, I'm not going to be honest with you. I don't know that this card is getting enough heat right now. And I don't think this card is going to get touched at all. I really don't think this card is going to even be mentioned. You know what I'm saying? I don't think this card's on the radar. Speaking of cards that I don't think are on the radar, these two guys. The tag team champions of One Piece TCG. The tag team champions. Off the ropes. Frankenfurter is... First off, I don't know how they find all 8 of their Karasu every game. But it happens. Listen, I know nobody, look, as an RP Luffy player, nobody hates Betty quite like I do, right? I don't want to say it like that. I am saying I'm amongst. I really don't like people who are like, nobody. Oh shit, did I just imitate a president? Oh shit, I'm canceled. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, nobody likes something more than me, or nobody's the biggest. No, I'm not like that. But I'm right there with you guys, okay? I don't like this leader because I feel like this leader is a complete shutout leader. The way Buggy can be a complete shutout leader. The way, yeah, Green can be a complete shutout leader. But, I mean, you can't take its only 2 cards. God bless. You can't take its only 2 cards. You can't take its only 2 cards just because when you play against it with your big meta leader, you lose. That's not cool. Because you still have answers. You still have, you can still run 5 gravity blades, right? You can still run 5 gravity blades. All the pros are doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have options. You have options. You can still, you can run 5 gravity blades. You can run 7 god threads, you know, and ramp up. You got options. You're just not seeing them, and you're unhappy about it. It doesn't mean that, and look, hey man, this is me. I'm being very mature. I'm being very big. This is big PP energy right here because I'm not being bothered by buffoonery. When I say, yo, do I hate Bello Betty? Absolutely. I have never sat across a Bello Betty that I was happy to see unless I was running black and I was popping everything. But no, do not like Bello Betty. Do not like green eggs and ham. But you can't take its only 2. These guys have been around since OP05, okay? OP05. You're telling me now they're a problem? It's typical. Yeah, come on, man. That's too much. That's too much. They've been around for... You're just mad. People are just mad because they blinged out their blue-purple Luffy because they were going to win every tournament with blue-purple Luffy. And they get to the last tournament. They get the last round of the tournament. They run into Bello Betty. Thanks for playing. That's why people are mad. That's why people are mad. Peanut butter and jealous. Peanut butter and jealous. Hate us because they ain't us. Okay. Yeah, that's why. I don't think Bello Betty needs bans. You know what I'm saying? Because even with Black Purple Luffy, where's my guy? I was about to type out Broofy, but even with Black Purple Luffy, you know, I've won plenty of matches against Bello Betty because I was able to go to 7K. No, y'all remember that game? You can go back and watch it. No ramp, no removal, just being a 7K body. Okay, I understand that that's a nuance, but yeah, you get what I'm saying. Like, I think Bello Betty is good. Leave Bello Betty alone. You heard it here. But I will say, to recap this, I think that these things need to change. I think instead of banning or restricting, we need to start leader locking so we can have more diversity in our game. We can have even more slices in our game. We can have leaders that have new leaders that have the new character card actually be relevant in the conversation. Do you understand what I'm saying? Instead of, wow, that category looks dope. Oh, that category. And I'll never see you again. Ever. That's what needs to change. That's what needs to change. And I think that will be a lot healthier for the game. Also, I was having a blast playing my man Noel's Kaido, but I could not. So my solution number one, leader lock, don't ban. Leader lock, don't ban. Why? Because this is already leader locked and color locked. Everything's locked by color. And guess what? Only 2 of the 7 are thriving. When this was not leader locked, okay? This is leader locked. This was not leader locked. It was on every black deck that wasn't Blackbeard. Objectively, okay? You weren't playing a black leader without Gecko Moria, or you're a buffoon, okay? Cool. So leader lock, don't ban. And then we've got to address the once. The number 1 has got to be understood by the One Piece card game. Has got to be understood by the One Piece card game. 1 is in the name of the title of the franchise. One Piece. It's not One Piece and all the pieces. It's all together One Piece. Okay? Holy shit, is that what they think? Well, it's all together. No, when one character. We need this addressed immediately. Addressed immediately. Thank you. Horny Jones will go back. I think if you leader lock these, you don't got to ban this leader. This leader's got to float on its own. He keeps Gum Gum Giant. If you leader lock these, they don't get banned. You don't need to ban the leader. You don't need to ban Gum Gum Giant. Nobody needs to get restricted. And he's just got to figure out another way. He's just going to have to figure out another way to get jiggy with it. You know, it's just going to have to be a more straw hat build. Sabo's going to have to be content with bringing out blockers, etc. And real quick, once you address this problem, decks like this finally get to come back into relevancy. They finally get to come back. They finally do. Because if I ramp to 10 and you've got this whole board, but I popped everything except for this kid, we're still in the conversation. Because I popped everything. Yes, you still have your 8K blocker, but I've got a 12K body out and I'm ready to work. See what I'm saying? So that's why this needs to come back. Because look, my guy's already going to be apparently like excommunicado. 2026 for my birthday in April? Are you kidding me? This is a really fun archetype that we're not getting to see anything from because of cards like this. Overtuned. They're not even overtuned. They're not even just flat out not doing what they're supposed to do. So yeah. So that's my solution to the game. Do I think it's going to be heard? I mean, shit, dude. If you guys make some noise, great. I think it could be. Absolutely. I mean, we are 3,000, more than 3,000 strong. I think we could absolutely make some noise. 3-piece TCG, we could absolutely make some noise. We could make enough noise to get other creators to think about it, for them to make noise. It's called virality, whatever. We could make enough noise for other people to have to listen to what we're saying, and then they have to address it. Yes, no, maybe so it, if it makes sense to them. My thing is this: if you don't want to play more leaders, have more leaders become relevant, and you really just want to narrowly play the most optimal, no restrictions, no this, no that, no ban list, no what, you get what I'm saying? Like, if you're not interested in the actual health of all these different leaders, then I don't know what kind of conversation I can have with you. I honestly don't. Because you're telling me you want to live in a world where Gecko is never relevant again, where this leader is just written off. You want to live in a world where Perona's no bueno. You want to live in a world where Katakuri comes out and is immediately just... It's still OP11 and we're not even playing him. Nobody's playing him. Nobody is competitively competing with him. Like, nobody is not even in the conversation because his best cards are being taken. You see what I'm saying? I can get this former Baroques. Who the hell is supposed to be? What's this card even belong to? You see what I'm saying? I can get leaving this card alone at year, whatever. But you get what I'm saying. So if that's what you suggest, you don't want to happen because you're telling me you don't. No. I don't want that to happen because then more leaders will be relevant. I don't think we're the kind of people that need to be having conversations with each other. I don't think we're going to understand each other because I don't understand why we shouldn't have more awesome leaders with great character designs, great leader designs, I should say, working and still relevant. You want to live in a world where they ban, not only do they ban the best cards, but some of the coolest leader designs aren't even relevant. That's the game you want to play? That game ain't gonna last, dog. I'm telling you right now, the game ain't gonna last forever. This game, the game where the coolest cards come out, and then they get banned for being the coolest cards, when all they had to do was be restricted to their leaders, and then the game would have been fair, because instead of Homeboy being a 10 out of 10, tier 0 leader, now they're all they're number one. Everybody's has their ability to vie for the top position. You see what I'm saying? Anyhow, if you don't want to listen to that, if you don't want to listen to reason, restrict, ban everything, ban the leader. Like, what are we even talking about? Really? This is banned? This card is banned? I got it in here. Oh, I got it right here. You're gonna look this child in the eyes? You're gonna look this baby in the eyes? And you're gonna tell them they can't play? You're gonna look this baby in the eyes? This big teardrop shaped baby in the eyes? Tell them they gotta go home? They can't be played at all? Not even at their own house? You're telling this teardrop shaped baby, this type 2 diabetes, has obviously never seen their male reproductive organ in some time, though still horny, judging by the forehead. You're gonna tell this child that they can't even go home, they're going to the government, the One Piece police? I don't think we can have a conversation. I don't think we're working with the same cards. We're playing with the same deck. Yeah. Banlist. Okay, ban this, ban it, ban everything. I don't know. Video's done. I'm done. Like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. I don't. This is buffoonery. What are we gonna do? And then on the 12th, what am I waiting on? Is this gonna even affect? Can somebody tell me? Comment down below. Is this gonna affect like the tournament, or can I start training now? Can I start training, or is this gonna have effect? And then I got a month to play with the new ban list. Like, somebody tell me something. I need to know. But ban everything then. Ban everything. I don't give a shit. Ban everything. I'm gonna go back to playing black, purple, Luffy, and I'm gonna lose to green. Ban everything but green. No. Yeah, do that. Get rid of Horny Jones so that everybody can realize that Horny Jones was really not the problem with green, okay? Because mind you, y'all are talking about, this is such a Western thing, okay? And I never say that. I never talk like that. But yo, y'all are trying to ban Horny Jones. Horny Jones isn't even widely represented in the Zoro decks. You just don't like having to leave 3 Dawn up so that you can play your 1 Dawn event. You're literally that lazy as a competitor that you don't even want to do that. And yes, I do know turning anything sideways is absolute buffoonery. And that is true. But Zoro is the -- deck right now. Zoro is the #1 green leader. Horny Jones is ran in a couple Zoros, but not all of them. Zoro places without Horny Jones. I promise you. It's not searchable. It's never going to be searchable. But like, that's like, you want to ban, I don't know, what's a fucking purple card? You want to ban, I don't know, Porsche. You want to ban something that's not even played and the top number and the number one. You guys are just really pissed off at this card. Really pissed off at this card. It's really hard because honestly, oh yeah. Like, y'all wanted to ban this, but it's not even ran in this card. It's not even ran in this deck. Can this deck run this? Technically, absolutely. Absolutely can run this. And it can help it shut out some games. Does it? No, it doesn't really do it. It doesn't really do it. It doesn't need to. You get what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't know, gang. That's where I'm at. And, or yeah, this would be a great one. Oh, let's ban this, you know, whatever. But that's all I got for you guys. I think people need to be leader locking, not getting, I think cards need to be leader locked. One needs to mean one. And I don't have anything else. Stop banning. Stop restricting. Yeah, I think that's it. Rado Music, 3-piece TCG, Bear, Pirates TCG. Ban it all. Ban everything. Ban everything.
Stuck up in it, stuck up in it. Stuck in it, stuck in it. I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could change. I said I'm stuck in the game, fucking it up with the gang. For the love of the money and fame, I can tell I never could.